We've been talking about a hobby that you enjoy, and I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions related to this. Let's consider, first of all, the social benefits of hobbies. When a person has a hobby, how can that help their social life?
I think depend on what kind of hobby people want to do. Some hobbies such as play football or do exercise is good for people health. Some kind of hobbies like drinking, I think it's not good for society and for people health.
What about hobbies? Can they help a person's personal life, making friends, spending time with other people?
If people has a hobby, they has more opportunity to meet others. So they had they had free time for chatting with other people.
What about spending too much time on a hobby? Do you think that there can be negative effects from spending too much time on a hobby?
I think people should not spend too much time on their hobby because they has they have their work and on their studying they have to do.
So you mentioned work and study. Are there any other parts of a person's life where it could be negative to spend too much time on a hobby?
Sorry, could you repeat?
You mentioned work and study as areas where negative effects can happen. Are there other parts of your life where it can be negative?
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
Well, let me ask you, why do you think people feel they want to have a hobby?
Why
Why do people need to have a hobby?
I think people should have a hobby because they should balance the working time and relaxing time. It's good for them health. It help people relaxing after a hard working day.
Let's talk about leisure time now. So in Vietnam, how much time do people spend on work and how much free time do they have?
In Vietnam, people work 5 days on one week, and maybe they spend their hobby on weekend.
And what about in the past? In the past, did people work 5 days a week only?
So I'm not sure about that. Maybe 6 days in once a week.
Maybe 6 days a week. Well, what about in the future? In Vietnam, do you think people will have more or less free time in the future?
I think in the future, the economy is more developed, so people get more salary, so they have more opportunity to travel.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.